Hi, this is episode 17 of Clobbering Time with Craig, and I'm here today with Chris again. And today we're basically going to talk about Sunday's pay-per-view Battleground. But first going to talk about what we did on Saturday, which was the London Film and Comic Con, which me, Chris, Samantha, Nicole and Karen went to. And we got there about 9 AM. It was the, what was it they called it when you get in, an early bird entry, which started at 9. Now when we got there, the queue was massive. I was thinking, I couldn't believe there was that many people for the early bird thing. I was thinking, what the hell? It was like a never-ending queue. You just kept on walking around the corners. But it actually worked out okay, because as soon as people started walking, we was in within 5 minutes. I was surprised how quick we got in.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, oh, we're going to be here for a long time.
What helped was they didn't check people's bags. Otherwise, that would have taken longer. Yeah, it was. We got in quite quickly, which was good. And when we got in there, they had the usual people dressed up as a Star Wars trooper and all different things. First thing we went to was the wrestling promo pictures, which were only like £1 each, which was really good. Obviously, there were scanned pictures, weren't like the ones we get from Retro Wrestling, but there were some very good ones there, which I've got in a baggie, which I really should have pulled out before starting this. But yeah, obviously you had to pick and choose them, because some of them didn't look that great. But there's some really good ones. And for £1, you know, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are like scanned signature, like the Chris Benoit Eddie Guerrero from WrestleMania 20.
But it's one that you want, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's cool as well. You got the DX. I got about 10 of them in total, and it only cost me a tenner, so it was worth it. This one's really cool, Chris Benoit promo picture, which would normally cost a lot more than £1. The Trish Stratus one, which I think I've actually got.
You said Chris Benoit a little bit louder, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw the Chris Benoit pictures, said Chris Benoit, and I said that a bit too loud. Considering what happened with him, I said a bit too loud. This one I think is really cool, with Shawn Michaels, the Sensational Sherry.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I want to try and get him to sign that one day if I get to meet him again.
Yeah.
I've got this, it's got the signatures on it of the Rockers. It's a printed on signatures, as you can see by it. This one, if I get to meet Undertaker again, would be great to sign. The Undertaker with Paul Bearer.
Yeah, I got that.
This one, unfortunately, will be impossible to get signed. The British Bulldog picture. But you know, it's a cool picture, and I don't think I've got any pictures of British Bulldog.
I had to get it, to be honest with you. And if I do see Harry, I'll get him to sign it. So.
Now this one, it was a shame this was signed, because it would have been great for when we meet Kevin Nash and Scott Hall next month. The NWO picture. Unfortunately, they didn't have any unsigned ones of them, but I did get one of Kevin Nash, which I might, although I've got a Kevin Nash figure I'm probably going to take with me to get signed, so that'd be better. But I got this as well. But you never know, I might meet him again down the road after that. Which would be great to get signed. But yeah, we all got quite a few there, didn't we? And I also got, so they had other stands like magazine stands and other sorts of figures, Star Wars, all sorts. Managed to get hold of, I think I had this book when I was a kid. The red book, Return of the Jedi, this one. I had that when I was a kid, but I don't think I had it anymore. It was only like £1.50 or something, so if I'll get that. Same with this as well, Star Wars Cartoon Mag, which is from 1985, which, you know, I was only 5 at the time, so yeah, I thought it'd be good value for future. There's many good stuff. They also had some big frames with Marvel pictures on, and some other things which were a lot more expensive than the stuff I bought. They had a lot of the Haribo WWF figures, but the only downside was they weren't in their pack. They were just laying out in a big box. There was loads of them. It was basically like someone just pulled them out of their loft and had the whole collection. So there was no value to them. They're only like £2-3 each, and I thought there's no point in buying them, because, you know, I want them in the box. But it was funny to see all of those old figures. You also had the Thundercats figures, which I remember having loads of them, because I used to use, when I used to make a Royal Rumble in my ring, I used to use I used to use half the Thundercats in my made-up Royal Rumbles, you know. Who'd have one of the Thundercats against Psycho Sid? Yeah, they had so many good stuff there. There was also a area where they'd do their interviews during the day with some of the creators of magazines, also, which they did later on in the evening with the wrestlers. And beyond that, you had where people were doing their signings. You had one side where, I can't remember who I think one was the voice of Pokemon, but the other side you had the wrestlers. We had Chavo, Hernandez, Maurice, and Kelly Kelly. And there wasn't all day. There wasn't many people queuing for them, so there was a lot of times where they were just twiddling their thumbs, sort of thing, because they didn't. So the thing with those sort of things, a lot of the people, 90%, 95% are there for the other things, you know, the actors, all the other attractions, whereas we were there mainly for the wrestlers. And also, and then further along from them, you had all the actors like Flash Gordon, one of the blokes from Stargate, Billy Piper, who I didn't see at all.
I didn't see her, no.
Nah, she's not bothered about meeting her anyway. You also had, who's the actor, the one with the booming voice?
Oh.
Brian Blessed?
That's it,
yeah. Yeah, which was funny, because we were standing behind this stand where he was doing his photo shoot. Couldn't see him, but you could hear him, he kept shouting out, didn't he?
Yeah.
Hello! It was like a really loud, booming voice. And then someone tried to copy him, which was quite funny. But yeah, they probably had the biggest queues of the lot for the photo shoots. It was Brian Blessed and Flash Gordon.
Craig had a stare down with someone.
Yeah, some bloody bloke on stilts dressed up. I'm waiting for Samantha to have her drawing done. And Cam goes to me, look behind you. I look behind, this guy is staring right in my face like this on his stilts. Right in my bloody face. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know whether to trip him over or just ignore him. Yeah, we got loads of photos with all different characters, which I'm going to put a video slideshow up some point during the week on YouTube with all our pictures. There's people dressed as Batman, Spider-Man, Dr. Octopus, Dr. Doom, Catwoman, which, you know, one Catwoman didn't look that great. The other one, which we never got to have a photo with, looked a lot better. Some of them didn't look that great in the outfits. There was one dressed as Superwoman, which turned out to be a dude. Which was not the most nicest, greatest of things to see early in the day, I tell ya. But yeah, basically, I think it was just after midday. The first one we met was Chavo Guerrero. There was only about 30 in line. And he was basically going, handing your bags and all that. They'd move it to the other side. You'd then go further on and get your photo done with them. You didn't have long with him, just say hello, shake their hand, pose for the photo, and then you'd go over to the side, get your bags, and they'd print up your pictures straight away, which was really good. It was like, obviously, some sort of connection between the camera and the like a wireless connection, but it'd automatically print your picture up, and you'd get it to you as soon as you got there. It was like, it would only take like 20 seconds to print your picture. It was great.
Yeah, it was really good.
There's none of this having to wait to get it online or anything like that. But yeah, then there was, who was second? I think it was Maurice was second.
Yeah.
And again, she only had about 30 to 40, but that was done within 10 minutes again because it's done so quickly, it's rattled through so quick. But you know, it was really well done, and I liked it like that.
Yeah.
Then was Kelly Kelly. Originally it was only going to be Chris and Nicole was going to do it, but then I saw what she was wearing. I was like, yeah, I need a photo. So yeah, I had to wait a while to get my ticket for that because they'd run out of the actual printed ones of her, so they had to write it down on the ticket, which looked a bit crap, but I had to wait a good 10-15 minutes for that. And I don't know if you heard in the background while I was waiting, the stands where they had those big frames with the really good photos of the actors of Marvel came crashing down. There was this big smash. It was like some of those frames got broken. It's like, oh man, that would have been probably 70 quid's worth. They would have been able to sell on each of those they smashed. But yeah, I managed to get my ticket for that in the end. And then, yeah, we met Kelly Kelly, who was, again, probably about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit less. Same. All the wrestlers had the same sort of amount, 20 to 40 people. But it was rolled through really quickly. Got our photos. You had to have your photo redone with Maurice, didn't you?
No, with Kelly Kelly.
I was you closed your eyes in the photo. You're like, if anything, I was expecting you to be like where your head's looking at her chest, not your eyes are closed. But yeah, the great thing about that is if the photo doesn't, they check your photo before giving it to you. So if one of them's not looking, or if their eyes are closed, or anything, if you're not happy with that photo, you can have it redone. Yeah, I mean, you could have done with that when you met Undertaker that time, because he closed his eyes, but unfortunately you don't get that sort of time with Access. You get a lot more people there. But if they ever did have Access here, that would be an ideal place to have it, at the Kensington Olympia, because it's huge. You've got plenty of space for the ring, as well as... Hang on a minute, what's happened to the camera? Oh, it's working again. Pause for a second now, I thought there was something gone wrong with the video. Didn't want to have to start that all over again. But yeah, it's a big area. Yeah, we had a lot of fun there. We met Hernandez, was the last one we met, who probably had the smallest...
I didn't meet him, but I saw him.
Yeah, he probably had the smallest queue of the lot. I think he only had about 20 people, 15 people. He was done within 5 minutes, but he was a really nice bloke. He was doing any pose he wanted to do. Which, looking back on it, I wish I'd said to him, do a grapple, because that would look quite funny for a photo. But I just went with the usual, like that sort of thing. But yeah, it was. We had a lot of fun on there, and I'm looking forward to doing it again in July.
We met Francesca as well, didn't we?
Yes, I nearly forgot about Wrestle Talk TV. First it was, because my mate Lee's now doing some work for Wrestle Talk TV. He was there with Alex Shane and took a photo of us with Alex Shane. And then we got to chat with Francesca, who was talking to her quite a bit throughout the day. And she was really, really nice to us. We all got a photo with her, as well as Lisa Corderes. I think that's her surname right. She was really cool as well. And they had this competition where that video keeps freezing again. Hang on a minute. It keeps freezing. I don't know why that video keeps doing it. It freezes and then jumps forward by about 10 seconds. Yeah, Chris did the promo. You basically you could do a promo, and the best one would win 2 tickets, I think it was, to TNA show when they come over here. And Chris decided to do the Aid in English, which was really funny, because everyone, you wouldn't notice, everyone was walking past was laughing at you. Because it's so loud.
What's wrong with that? You have to do that loud, otherwise you can't do it.
Yeah, it was funny, because Nicole was looking like the odd one out, because she didn't know what to say. She was just thrown in there at the last minute, and it was really, really funny. But I've recorded it, and I've put it on YouTube. So if any of you want to check it out, it's really funny. But yeah, we had a great time. I was knackered by the time I got home. But yeah, I'll definitely do it again in July, and hopefully we'll get some other, we will get some other wrestlers. Hopefully there'll be some good ones again. Now we'll move on to Battleground briefly. The pre-show was, despite what you were told, was Dolph Ziggler versus Damien Sandow. Obviously I haven't seen the match yet. It was Dolph Ziggler won basically by pinfall, and they sold the whole thing that Damien Sandow was injured with his knee. I don't think that's true. Well, I'm not sure anyway, because you can never tell anymore with WWE if it really is real. But anyway, Dolph won. There was AJ versus Brie for the Divas title, which, as I expected, AJ won. She won by pinfall because of Tamina basically was choking Nicole. And yeah, that was how... The video keeps freezing. What's wrong with that flipping camera? And then it bounces forward about 7-10 seconds. Hopefully that will come out. This will come out on the recording. If it jumps at times, I apologise. I don't know why it's doing it. Yeah, AJ won by pinfall. Kofi Kingston, I'll say it probably in a minute, versus Bray Wyatt, which Bray Wyatt won by pinfall, which was a decent match. But as everyone was expecting, Bray Wyatt won. Curtis Axel versus R-Truth, which the crowd seemed to go to sleep during this match. It wasn't the most exciting of matches, you know, and I
don't think people like Curtis.
I don't think people have gelled to him yet. I'm not sure if they ever will, to be honest. I mean, some people like him, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem to be connecting right. And R-Truth as a face is just not working. And I've heard they might be turning him soon, so that'll be good. And Antonio Cesaro might turn face because of the reaction he's been getting late, which I'll mention about what the reaction he got on the pay-per-view. Curtis Axel won, which was no surprise. Cody, to me this was the best match of the night. The Shield versus Cody Rhodes and Goldust, which Cody and Goldust won, which I was glad about. Because it got me 2 points on my prediction for one, but but yeah, it was a very good match, and Goldust, considering he's not wrestled for a while, did a really good job. Del Rio versus RVD. This is another prediction that always lets me down. The second month for Goldust. Del Rio predictions gone wrong for me. I can't get these ones right, but Del Rio won by submission in a decent match, but I was hoping RVD would win and then get cashed in on by Sandow. CM Punk versus Ryback. I was a bit disappointed the way it ended. I thought it ended in a DQ and Punk would win, but basically Punk low blowed Ryback and got the pin. Now to win by a pinning after a low blow is just it's a poor way to end a match. Didn't make a lot of sense, but Punk won by pinfall. Before the main event, early in the night, you had Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger against Del Rio. Why do I keep saying Del Rio all the time? I don't even like the bloke. Versus Santino and the great Khali, Chris's favourite wrestler of all time.
One chop, I can't stand him.
The highlight of this match was Cesaro spinning Khali around. That was so funny, watching that big lump spinning around the circle.
And Shirley actually said she wanted to see it, didn't she?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone would see it, and everyone was anticipating it when Khali was down. They could see it come in. It's like you couldn't imagine Harry could pick up someone that tall and swing him round. But he did it, and he got a good reaction, which is why I think they're going to turn him soon, because of he's getting a good reaction. But yeah, it wasn't a great match, but at least Antonio and Swagger won, which is the right thing to do. Even though it messed up my prediction, because knowing the way they are, I thought it was going to be the other way round. The main event was a strange ending. Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton. Big Show came out, knocked out Daniel Bryan. Looked like Randy was going to win. Then Scott Armstrong, who's supposed to be fired, comes out to do the count. Big Show pulls him out, knocks him out. Then decides to knock Randy Orton out. And then Big Show's music hits, and it ends like that. It was in a no contest. I hate when a main event of a pay-per-view ends like people pay a lot of money, especially at ringside, and to have it as a no contest. I thought when Big Show knocked out Randy, Daniel was going to get the win, but then no one did, and it was like, I hate those sort of endings because it's just a waste. But overall, it wasn't a great pay-per-view, but it was better than the pay-per-view before that, which was really dull. But I don't know, it's funny, a lot of people don't like John Cena, but since he's been out with injury, Raw and the pay-per-views have been a bit dull, haven't they? Not the most exciting. It's funny how a lot of people want him gone, but when he does, it kind of drops off a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think WWE could easily, if they wanted to, they could easily not have it drop off a little bit, you know? They could include Wade, they could easily drop Drew from 3MB, you know, things like that.
Well, Drew's supposed to be going back to his Chosen One gimmick soon, because he's officially not with the 3MB. They might as well call him 2MB now. But yeah, Wade Barrett's supposed to be coming back soon as this gimmick he's been using on YouTube, which I've not seen. So I've never had a chance to watch the JBL Michael Cole show, but
It's good, I won't lie.
as long as it's not something stupid that's going to make him look like a fool.
No, it's not stupid, it's not stupid, it's funny, it's like, when there's bad news, basically, he'll go, hey, and then they'll sort of look for him, and then they'll be like, over here, and then
Right.
he appears either in the corner or somewhere else,
Right.
and he goes, that wasn't meant to be, and then he'll go, bad, and all that, it's pretty good, you have to watch
I'll have to see it to see what I think of it, but yeah, I haven't seen tonight's Raw yet. I'll be watching that a bit later on. But yeah, that's basically it for this week, Battleground and Film Comic Con. I don't know if we'll be on Sunday night. It depends on if we've got any news, because we haven't been on for the past couple of weeks. It's just not been enough to watch. I mean, to talk about, and we don't just do it for the sake of, and then people get bored of it. I don't know how, if people, that's better. I don't know if people were seeing you after time, so it's quite a bright light on you. It was like, But anyway, that's it for this week. If we're not on this Sunday, we'll be back the week after. Because I think sometimes it's better to leave it to every other week, because otherwise it can get a bit same old and a bit, people might get bored of it. I'd rather we had something to talk about than just shoving things in just for the fun of it and just rambling on. But anyway, that's it for episode 17 of Clobbering Time with Craig. We'll see you soon. Bye.